Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your March 2017 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome to any newcomers. As always, thank you to those of you who continue to watch and listen and follow my YouTube channel. Uh, and for taking the time, for those of you who do, to write your comments and send such lovely feedback and support. Most welcome and appreciated. Thank you. To my regular clients as well, thank you for the consistent feedback and how our readings continue to play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me and you haven't read with me before, you can click on that little About button or the description button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and that'll give you a little more information and detail. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be happy to work with you. Current turnaround time for personal readings is 1 to 2 weeks, but almost always we can schedule a reading within a 2-week period of time because I do readings full time, 6 days a week, so I can usually get back with you pretty quickly. I do readings anywhere from 15 minutes up to an hour and a half. Love romance and compatibility, career and finance, yearly overviews, just about anything really. So if you're interested, send me an email and we will go from there. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign videos as well, particularly if, as your primary sun sign, if this one doesn't resonate with you so much. One of your other videos may play out a little more predictively. I think you should watch all three anyway if you know them and if you can, because they just give additional pieces of the picture and additional bits of insight into what's going on in your life for the time frame that the reading covers. So try to watch all three if you can, because these are general readings. There's thousands of you watching, and so of course they're not going to mean the same thing to the same degree or intensity for everyone who watches them. I am using the Gilded Tarot by artist Ciro Marchetti, drawing the customary 8 cards I typically draw, with an additional 9th card from the bottom of the deck representing your overall energy. So let's get started. This reading is for Sagittarius, the fire sign of Sagittarius, for March 2017 mid-month. Let us see what the remainder of March 2017 has in store for our fun-loving Sagittarians, the fire sign of Sagittarius, for March 2017 mid-month. The remainder of March 2017 for Sagittarius. Okay. We begin with the Seven of Swords, followed by the Page of Pentacles. We have the Star, followed by the Eight of Pentacles, Strength, followed by the Eight of Cups, and the Chariot, followed by the Nine of Cups. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall energy is the Two of Wands. So long-term thinking and planning. Your crowning card representing overall energy over the next couple of weeks, Sagittarius. I'm going to start with this because it's about long-term thinking and planning and keeping what I'm getting is keeping the big picture in mind as you're going through the next couple of weeks. Wands is fire energy, your element. So the suit of Wands is a very dynamic suit. It's all about creating and building and manifesting change, movement. It's a very fluid and action-oriented suit. The Two of Wands is a card about being at a crossroads and needing to make a decision. Do I go left? Do I go right? Do I choose this? Do I choose that? And the key to choosing the right path is in the big picture. It's about keeping the big picture in mind, long-term thinking and planning, not what looks really good right in front of you right now, but looking down the road and making sure in making any decisions as you're navigating over the next couple of weeks with whatever the situation is for you watching, what's going to help you in making decisions or sticking by decisions you've already made is keeping that long-term goal in mind, keeping the big picture in mind, and not getting distracted by something else that appears shiny and right in front of you. So we start with the Seven of Swords, followed by the Page of Pentacles. So swords is air energy, mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. Air is the element that governs the suit of swords. So it's not an emotional energy. It comes from the head. It's about our words, ideas, communication, how we speak what we think. It's about how we look at things, belief systems, outlooks. It's about what goes on up in our heads, how we see things and how we communicate those to people. It's about truth and clarity and education as well, knowledge. but knowledge and clarity, devoid of fantasy and illusion. This is about truth and knowledge and illumination. The Seven of Swords is often referred to as the thief card because it can represent the theft of something from you, somebody maybe actually trying to steal money or property from you. Fundamentally, it's just about it has an energy of deception about it, secrecy, slipperiness, someone presenting themselves or presenting a situation to be one thing when in fact it's really something else. It can represent lies, the whole truth not being told, or things being deliberately hidden. Um, in a spiritual relationship issues, it can also represent being taken advantage of, exploited. It can represent being in a relationship or a situation where you're giving and giving and giving, and the person or situation is taking and taking and taking, but not giving back. So you end up at the end of the day feeling drained, exploited, taken advantage of. Now, the Seven of Swords is paired with the Page of Pentacles, earth energy here. The energy of the Page of Pentacles typically manifests in earthly, tangible, see, touch, feel things like money, finance, property, real estate, job, etc. Pages represent being at the introductory stage of something or the beginning of a path, messages, messengers. They're the youngest and least mature energies of the tarot, and they can also represent student apprenticeship kind of energy. The Page of Pentacles is about being at the beginning of just coming to a deeper understanding and awareness of how the real world kind of operates and navigates, kind of like having your eyes open to a certain reality or certain realities. And paired with the Seven of Swords, Sagittarius, I feel like for some of you for whom this resonates, some of you may have just found out that someone is not being honest with you in some way. Now, honest with you, this could be, you could actually have found out, you could have just come to the awareness that someone is actually stealing from you in a tangible way, money, finances, property, something like that. And you're just becoming aware of that. You could be having messages about that. This is just coming to your awareness. And in a more subtle way, for some of you, this could be that you're just beginning to come to a deeper understanding and awareness that someone is taking advantage of you in the way that you're giving to them without giving back to you, maybe in more of an emotional sense at all. However, it plays out for you, this could be in a relationship sense in love and romance. It could be a different kind of relationship. It could be job, career, finance related too. It could be somebody that's employed by some of you that you're discovering as stealing from you or skimming from the top. There's something being kept from you or has been. There's this veiled secrecy, deception, something being hidden, but you're just coming to an awareness of it now, either by somebody actually giving you the message or you stumble across something. Your eyes are being open to this. Now, next we transition into the energy of the Star, followed by the Eight of Pentacles. So the Star is a major arcana card, one of my favorites, a beautiful card. This is about peace, serenity, going with the flow, acceptance, but it's also about a renewed sense of hope and faith. There's a strong energy of peace, restoration, and healing with the Star card. This is a card that says, have hope and faith in the path that you're on. Everything's going to work out fine. Do what's in front of you to do, and trust in the universe, trust in divine guidance, trust in your instincts and intuition, even if you can't see how this path plays out, because it's going to lead to something right and fair and joy and fulfillment. You're on the right path. Don't despair. All will be well. Living in acceptance of that and having hope and faith that this is divine timing and orchestration, and things are going to, as long as you do what's in front of you to do. It's about trusting in the path that you're on, that it's going to play out and it's going to play out well for you. That's what this woman on this card is doing. She's completely emptying her reserves of water out into this body of water. She's emptying them completely out. She's in total faith and trust, and hope that when she needs it, her pitchers will be refilled because the source is limitless. She has that much trust and hope and faith in the divine and spirit in the universe, that as long as she does what's in front of her to do, and trust in the path that she's on and trust in being led on that path, that everything's going to work out well. It's a sense of renewed hope, faith, peace, restoration, and healing, particularly after a lot of hardship. Now, the Star is paired with the Eight of Pentacles, the worker bee card I like to call this. Pentacles is more of that earth energy. The Eight of Pentacles is a card about being pretty successful in building up a good solid foundation for yourself, particularly financially or physically material foundation for yourself because of how hard you've worked, perseverance, diligence, commitment. This man has worked long and hard, maybe a lot of overtime, up early, up late, staying at work when everybody else has gone home. He's working just as hard on this eighth pentacle as he had on this other seven. And since we don't go higher than 10, he's done pretty well. He's reached the eight of pentacles already. Everything that you've worked for, building up a good foundation, having a dream, a goal, and devoting yourself to it no matter what. So whatever it is, I feel like for some of you, somebody maybe have taken something from you, trying to take something from you, and whatever the something is, whether it's actual tangible property or whether it's the energy you've invested in a relationship, in a project of some kind, it's come to your attention that it's being threatened or is in danger of being taken away or threatened somehow or undermined, or it has been. This is about hope and faith that you're going to be able to hold on to this, and that everything that you have invested in this, Sagittarius, is still worth it. I think some of you the challenge for you may be in, well, if this is how it's going to turn out, what have I been working for? Why have I been pouring all of X, Y, and Z into this only to have somebody take it away or only to have it end like this? Don't get caught up in energy like that. The star card is hope, faith, peace, restoration. Even if you can't see how the path is going to play out, it's going to be fine. It's a trust in that. Your trust in the path that you're on. Don't fall into, because you're going to come out on top in the end, Sagittarius. I really feel that. So don't fall prey to despair or getting into that, what have I been working for? Hope and faith here. Now, moving forward, we have a great combination of cards. You're going to be leaving this negative energy behind. We have the major arcana card of strength, followed by the Eight of Cups. So strength, major arcana card. This is a card of strength, the kind of strength, that quiet, gentle, grounded strength, the kind that comes from facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, wrestling with your demons, and coming out on top, coming out the other side of it. This is a card that represents not hiding, confronting something head on, whether it's this person, this situation, standing up for yourself, whatever it is that you're afraid of, facing that head on, going through it, making the changes that you can, accepting what you can't, and moving through it with courage and with your head held high, because you have tamed the savage beast. You have laid your fears at rest. You've made peace with them because you had the courage to face them. That's what this card is about. So whatever this is, face what comes up head on. Don't run away from it, but also don't fall into despair or cynicism either. You can get through this, and I feel you're going to. You have the strength to do it, and you're going to gain more strength from facing and walking through this as well, because you're going to be leaving it behind. Strength is accompanied by the Eight of Cups, which is a card of walking away from that which you find disappointing or disillusioning, which certainly this looks like for some of you, it was rather unexpected. Whatever this being taken from, exploited, taken advantage of, drained, or actually stolen from, I feel like it came from a source you weren't expecting it. So there's a certain amount of bitterness and betrayal. Try not to hold on to that, because it will hinder your progress forward. Have faith that everything that you've invested came from a good place. It's never wasted. As you carry it forward, and have the courage to kind of face this and walk through it. You will be the better for it in the end. And I see happiness and success for you at the end of this. Just keep the faith and keep going, Sagittarius. The Eight of Cups. Cups is water energy, and this suit is about the watery mercurial world of our feelings and emotions, which are very mercurial and fluid and up and down. It's about relationships, emotions, feelings. The Eight of Cups is a card of walking away from something which you find disappointing or disillusioning. Similar to the Seven of Swords, this man, when he started off tasting and drinking and sampling from these cups, he may have thought they were one thing. They turned out to be something else. They weren't as delicious as he thought they would be, or they just turned out to be a disappointment, a disillusionment in the end. He's made up his mind very decisively to turn his back on it and walk away, because it's not where his joy and fulfillment lies. It's not what he thought it was. He may not be entirely certain what direction he's going in, but one definite decision has been made, and that is to leave this behind, because it's not where he's supposed supposed to be. It has either served its purpose and it's time to walk away, or it's turned out to be a disappointment, not what he thought it was supposed to be, or not what it was presented to be. So he's making a decision to walk away from it because that's best and that's healthy. You have the strength to do this, and you're also going to gain more strength, particularly inner strength, by doing this as well and having the courage to do that. A beautiful, beautiful, empowering feeling. So at or towards the end of March 2017 and moving into April as well, we have a fabulous combination of cards, Sagittarius. You are coming into your own again. The Chariot, success. This is a card that represents success that comes from sheer determination and will, a refusal to give up, not backing down, winning from sheer determination, will, power. It's about The Chariot is about knowing exactly where you're going to go, because when you know exactly where you need to go, there's no chance of getting waylaid or distracted along the way or meandering and getting lost off this course or the other. It's about knowing exactly what you want, going after it precisely, knowing where you're going, pulling together all the various forces you need, and harnessing them together to propel something forward successfully, whatever this is. So I feel like for a lot of you, a lot of this is internal. It's about the situation which has arisen. Something turned out to be something completely different than what you thought. A situation, a job, a project, a relationship. I think you might get stuck for a minute into, well, what have I been? What's it all worth? And it's all been pointless. Don't get stuck in that. Hope and faith. Have the courage to face it. Walk away from it. You deserve better than this, Sagittarius. Move through this. Get your courage and your strength and your equilibrium back, because you are going to succeed at the end. Do not give in. Do not give up. Do not allow this to get you stuck in a rut or fall down in a hole. You're going to come out on top powerfully with the energy of that Chariot. And on top, that Chariot is combined with the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, having what you want, more than enough. This is an overabundance, particularly in a material sense too. If you guys were actually taken from in a material sense, you're going to get it back and then some, because this is a card of overflowing, of overabundance, of having not just enough for yourself, but enough to share with family and friends, and overabundance, particularly in a physical material sense as well. But it is the wish fulfillment, having what you want card, and it's powerful success. Don't give up. I feel like it kind of hinges on that. Don't give up, and don't get stuck either. Remember, whatever you feel tempted to do in a spontaneous, impulsive moment, or because of anger or hurt, think very carefully before you set anything in motion. It's all about keeping that big picture, that ultimate goal in mind, and allow that to guide you and navigate, decide your steps over the next few weeks, couple of weeks especially, Sagittarius. Remember, your crowning card is the Two of Wands. This is your big picture, your long-term goal. Keep that in mind, and I think you'll be just fine. Powerful, powerful reading. I'm sorry that about the negative part of this that happened, and but I'm glad that for those of you for whom this resonates, that you're going to be aware of it so that you can navigate through it, because you're going to gain a lot out of this: strength, courage, wisdom, insight, and success, and quite a sense of empowerment. And what is taken from you looks like will be returned multiplied. So Sagittarius, that pretty much wraps up your March 2017 mid-month readings. Thank you for watching. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on that About or Description button on my YouTube channel's homepage. I'd be delighted to work with you. Maggie, the number 1 McGuire@gmail.com. Send me an email. I will see the rest of you in a couple of weeks for the April 2017 general readings. And until then, Sagittarius, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.